No, absolutely, of course. We have James Outcroman actually coming up a little bit later in the show, around about 4:30 this afternoon. Speed stacker or sport stacker, whatever you prefer, of course. Champion, as we know. Just to give you an insight to this guy, he's been in 6 consecutive World Championships from 2012 to 2017. 125 medals, which is absolutely brilliant indeed. And he recently did a UK Championship in London a few months ago, won 3 medals, 1 gold and 2 silver. So he's a very decorative athlete, as we know. And a Guinness World Record to his name. His name is James Outcroman. Remember that name because he is live on the show very shortly here on HCR 104 FM. Of course. As we say, James Outcroman coming up live on the show. He'll be live on the line. The World Championship in Sport Stacking coming up. It's going to be an absolute thrill to talk to him once again, and certainly an interesting character. Right, coming up next, of course, special guest coming on the line, Mr. James Outcroman. He's going to be with us live very soon. He's going to be with us after this. Don't go anywhere. You have Isaac, JD and Kakosi till 6.
This is Saturday Sports on HCR 104 FM.
Welcome back to the show this afternoon on Saturday Sports on HCR 104 FM. You've Isaac, JD and Kakosi for the duration of the show. It's coming up to 28 minutes to 5 on Saturday, June the 16th. And surely that means it is World Cup fever, because we've certainly got the World Cup fever here on Saturday Sports this afternoon. Anyways, right, special guest on the line right now. He goes by the name of Mr. James Outcroman. James, how's it going?
I'm doing really good, thank you, Isaac. So glad to be back on the air again.
Absolutely brilliant to have you again once on the air, and it's brilliant to hear you once again, and great to have you on board. And James, how's it been going?
Yeah, it's been going really good, thank you. Been very busy lately with loads of events going on in my personal life and also in the sports stacking life.
Absolutely. And just for the listeners that may not know, please describe to us what sports stacking is.
Absolutely. Sports stacking, it's a sport where you have 12 or 9 specially designed cups and you stack them into 3 different sequences as fast as you can.
So it sounds so simple to me, but I'm sure it's not simple, I tell you. Because we've actually come in the studio before, James, to show us how it's done. You do it with so much ease, and that's why, you know, you're a world champion, you've won so many medals. But
Absolutely.
for me to do that, it takes me about 2 minutes, where it takes you 4 seconds.
Yeah.
So absolutely brilliant. Right, so let's just talk some of your championships that you've been to here. You've been to 6 consecutive World Championships, which is brilliant. You've won 25 medals as well. Just describe to some of the medals and the competitions you've won these from.
Of course. With the first World Championships I went to, which was in Germany, Butzbach, back in 2012, I won 3 medals, which were 8th, 10th and 5th. And then with the USA one in Florida in 2013, that one, it didn't go so well because there were so many fast sports stackers who are just as competitive as I am. I managed to get back to the UK with at least a medal. And then the next one was the first time in Asia of South Korea, and I came home with 4 medals and managed to get 2 podiums. And then with Canada, that was one of my best ones, like back in the 2010 to 2015 moments. And I came home with 7 medals, and 2 of which are gold. And then I went to the 2016 one and managed to come home with 3 podium medals. That was in Germany, in Spikersdorf, and my most recent one in South Korea, which that was my most successful one, where I came home with 7 podiums of 3 gold, 3 silver, and a bronze.
Absolutely brilliant. You're a very decorative athlete, that has to be said. And you know, where are these medals sitting at the moment, James? Are they in a cabinet? Are they constantly round your neck? Because if I was winning all these medals and these gold medals, I'd have them constantly around my neck, walking around the street, James.
They're currently in my bedroom. I've actually got a table set out for it of my sports stacking achievements, and that's also why I put in the Sports Personality of the Year 2015 award on my bedroom table.
Oh, absolutely brilliant. It keeps getting on better and better for you, I'm sure.
Taiwan. Oh, yeah, Dad just called out. The last one was actually in Taiwan.
Absolutely brilliant. Well, it was a special shout-out to Roger. We do remember Roger, absolutely. JD's got a question. Fire away.
Uh-huh.
Good afternoon, James.
Hey, JD.
Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, doing really good, thank you.
Good. I got a tweet in from David. He said, what is your proudest achievement in sports stacking so far?
Oh, very good question. I'd say my most proudest achievement has to be with the all-time around sports stacking moment. I'd have to say Guinness World Records, because ever since I was a child, I've always wanted to get involved with Guinness World Records, and also getting a fantastic time of what's coming up now, which I recently got of 59.1 seconds, and that was just getting less than 1 minute in the fastest time to build a 171 cup pyramid. That's my most proudest moment. But with the World Championships wise, I'd have to say Taiwan is my most proudest moment of 7 podiums.
Absolutely brilliant. And just talk us a little bit more about that Guinness World Record, 171 cup upstack. And you also said a third Guinness World Record title championship time of 59.1 seconds. How did that all come about, James? Did they approach you? Did you approach them? How did that happen?
With the most recent one, where I got the time of 59.1 seconds, Guinness World Records has this special day called Guinness World Records Day, and they end up contacting some other Guinness World Record title holders and challenges them to see if they can break their own Guinness World Record time, or having because sports stacking had one of the most sports stackers stacking in one day, which due to my Guinness World Records visit, I was unable to do the most sports stackers stacking in one day. And I actually, whilst we were on our way to the Guinness World Records headquarters, I actually had a nasty slip on the escalator, so I was actually in pain, and I was actually asked by some of the members, am I good enough to go? And I was like, yeah, I have no problem with doing that. So with the first attempt I got it in 1 minute 9 seconds. And then with my second attempt, I managed to break the 1 minute barrier of 59.1 seconds.
Wow.
I was not ready to hear that I beat the 1 minute barrier. I was expecting maybe 1 minute 2, 1 minute 1, but when I heard 59.1, that was just when I exploded with amazement, thinking, wow, I can't believe I managed to be that brave enough to break the 1 minute barrier in front of the adjudicators, which that's quite scary at times, I must say.
Phenomenal. JD, you've got another one.
I think if I was there, James, I'd still be there today. Doing it would take me so long. Now we've got another tweet from Peter. He said, what is the first time you've actually sports stacked?
The first time I sports stacked, that came about 9 years ago when I was introduced to the sport by a really good friend of mine, because back when I was young, I had really bad hand-eye coordination. So my dad wanted to play me at sports that he's really good at, like one of them is badminton, and back when I was doing badminton, I would always miss the shuttlecock, and then suddenly the person tried having a fishing rod and attaching the shuttlecock to see if I can do the perfect aim, but I still didn't get the aim right. So then he showed me sports stacking, and after I was trying it out a bit, I wasn't that good at it, but I saw big potential in it, so I thought, you know what, I'd actually like to drop out of badminton and continue on with sports stacking and see where this could lead me to, and boy, has it led me to a lot.
Well, it's certainly paid off, James.
Yeah.
So James, tell us of some more recent news, some good news for yourself. That I guess it's a sense of realism that the sport's been recognised on the wider scale now, hasn't it, in a sense, because you've now been offered and you've now done a TV commercial where it's got a showcase of speed stacking for a leading brand, as we know. So tell us more how that all came about.
Yeah, really good question. The way I found out about it, one of my friends from on set of another movie, it's not sports stacking related, but it's a drama sort of short film, and I was an extra in that film, and then the person told me about
the TV commercial.
Yeah, the phone commercial. Yeah, that came about, and he told me about the phone commercial, and afterwards I saw big potential in it, and afterwards I applied for it, and I waited for a while, and then I got a response back about with the commercial, and I was so excited to hear about it. So we went down with the rehearsals, and then afterwards we were meeting everyone there and getting to know everyone and so on. And then afterwards we managed to get the first filming done, and it was so exciting to get to experience it all, but it was long days, and then we managed to film the last of the commercials, and it was such a great, exciting experience, but it was long days though.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of the takes that I saw online, of course, you were wearing a suit, I believe, maybe like a dragon, something similar to that.
It was. Yeah.
Was that your idea or someone else's idea?
Loads of people suggested for me to wear that suit, and it was so uncomfortable at first. I remember I nearly passed out whilst wearing the suit, and it was quite tiring because I only had very little sight of view to look out at to actually get to stack, and because the head was, from the head to the neck, it was about 3 to 4 feet tall, and it just got so really tiring, like trying to keep balancing it, and it was it was hard to try and keep it balanced because it would kind of like wobble around the place, and we've had a few times with the person who made the suit to like keep hold of it, and like whilst we were like taking a break, and afterwards I remember I nearly passed out because it just got like so tiring, and my back and neck was aching, and we've had to I remember we had to take a break so I can have myself massaged and try and get myself fully ready. Part of my body was trying to tell me to give it up. Me personally, myself, did not want to give it up.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Right, last question here then, James, of course. I don't know if you're a fan of the World Cup, but who do you think is going to win the World Cup?
Oh, good question. We're hoping for England to win, although it's very unpredictable so far because there's been other country footballers playing, and it was when hearing the news, you just kind of question yourself who is actually going to win.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, that's a non-biased vote, so I like it, James. Absolutely brilliant. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Before I go, there's a UK tournament currently going on in Scotland, and I want to wish everyone the very best of luck at the Scottish tournament, which is taking place today.
Absolutely brilliant. So that's the speed stacking tournament, yeah?
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. Well, many thanks for getting in touch once again, James, and we wish you all the best for the tournament that's going ahead in Scotland this weekend, and we wish you all the best for the rest of the year because you've had an amazing first bit of the year so far, it's got to be said, and I'm sure there's going to be an amazing second part as well, so we wait to hear all about that very shortly. James Ackerman, everyone, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much, Isaac, and hope the show goes fantastically well for everyone else who's listening.
Cheers. Welcome back to the show this afternoon on Saturday Sport on HCR104FM. Thank you much for joining us this afternoon. Great to have James Ackerman once again live on the line to the show. What a great guest as always. A world champion, so many medals to chat about, and being part of a phone commercial as well. Great to have him on board. Certainly a bright future for Mr. Ackerman indeed.